The South Carolina Clemson rivalry started a week early, no, not on the football field, but on the hardwood court, as the Gamecocks came up to Littlejohn Colisuem to take on the Clemson Tigers in the yearly rivalry traditional game in basketball. If the basketball game, the physicality in the basketball game is any indication the way they played tonight, then it's going to be a physical football game also, as both teams very defensive oriented tonight, as the halftime score was Clemson 35, South Carolina 26. But again, one of those games that both teams played great defense, and in the outcome, Clemson came out victorious by 14 by the score of 71-57. One of the big stories of the game tonight was Clemson went to the free throw line 26 times, converted 24 out of 26, while the Gamecocks went to the free throw line only 18 times, converted 10. So there's your 14-point difference right there, though. South Carolina had troubles putting the biscuit in the basket, ball in the basket, whatever you want to call it there, though. But just a dismal night on a cold, rainy night. And Clemson, the Gamecocks shooting was just as cold. The Gamecocks finished 23 out of 65 from the floor for 35%. Were only 1 out of 10 from the three-point arc, and shot 55% from the free throw line. While on the other side of the ball, the Clemson Tigers were 21 out of 48 from the floor. They were 5 out of 14 from the three-point line for 35%, and again 24 out of 26 from the free throw line for a 92%. After the ball game, both coaches talked about what a physical game it was. Starting first with Coach Frank Martin, talked about how his team just does not defend very well right now, and said that the team, a lot of young players he's playing, basically a whole new squad this year with transfer players, a lot of freshmen on the roster. They had not been through this type of thing, and he said that basically their problem tonight was that they just were not doing the little things. Said the problems on offense were that the team was not making cuts without the ball, were not going full speed effort, and again, these are things he blamed and said the coaching staff would do a better job of getting them prepared, though. On the other side of the ball, Coach Brad Burnell talked about how well his team executed, played good defense, but did give up concerns that they gave up 21 offensive rebounds. So Clemson on the year now goes to 3-0, while South Carolina falls to 1-2. Both teams will be back on the hardwood court again next week, though. But in round one of the South Carolina-Clemson traditional rivalries, basketball this year goes to the Clemson Tigers by the score of 71-57. Next up will be the big football game, not this week, but next week as the Tigers travel to Williams-Brice Stadium, and what will be a classic game that both teams ought to go in with good records, ranked in the top 10 in the country. It should be a great one, though. Again, round one goes to the Tigers tonight on the hardwood court. Reporting for Cox Sports Broadcasting, I'm the coach, Dick Cox.